Hey guys, it's Sally Hendrick. I'm coming to you to talk about Facebook ads funnels. Now give me a second. I want to make sure that everything's coming up correctly into the group so I can actually know that I'm live right now. I don't want to screw this up, if you will. Okay? All right, so I hope that you guys can hear me. I know that it can be a little bit of a delay whenever doing something like this. And so if you are here and you're live, if you could please put a comment below the video and let me know you're here and that you can see the screen and you can hear me. I'm going to be changing it over where you can see a video of me as well as my screen. So if you could just comment below. I know someone is watching. I see that there's at least one person watching right now. So if you could please just type below in the comments that you are there. Okay, Tatiana just liked it. Can you actually hear me? All right, so what I want to do, I've got several screens open and I want to make sure that I get this going correctly. Okay, so here I am. My name is Sally Hendrick and I am coming in here today to talk to you about Facebook ads and specifically about Facebook ad funnels, which is not something that people really talk about too much, but you've seen it, you've experienced it, you just may not realize it. Tatiana, can you hear me? Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't want anything to get missed because I've created this little presentation so that you can see what's going on. I've got some notes that I made today that I want to be able to go over with you, and I hope that this makes sense to you. Okay, first of all, I want to kind of talk to you about what funnels are to begin with. I am a Facebook ads specialist. I especially with funneling and following the statistics of what happens at each stage in your sales funnels so that you know which direction to take your clients, your prospects, your clickers, the people who are watching you, your followers, fans, whatever you want to call them. I want you to be able to understand as well that when you look at the statistics and the numbers of where you are within your funnel, then you know which steps to take to improve that funnel the next time or even mid-funnel. Okay, there's a lot of things that you can do to improve the performance of your emails, your web page funneling, and your ads, which is what I'm talking about specifically today. Okay, so what is a funnel? First of all, a funnel is pretty much an upside down triangle with the point at the bottom. Think about an actual funnel. And you are bringing people into the top portion that is bigger than everything else in your funnel, okay? What you're trying to do here is you're just trying to capture as many leads as you possibly can. And it's not so much leads like as in email addresses, as much as it is just capturing the attention of people, raising awareness out there of what you're doing. Okay, I'm going to refresh the screen to make sure that if there's any comments in the chat below, it may be a delay. Okay, yes, good. You can hear me. I see that. All right. All right, so I've got a screen up here, so if I look up, I'm not trying to snub my nose up at you. I'm really just trying to look at what's going on. Okay, so you've got this funnel and you're trying to capture as many eyes as possible to come into the top of your funnel. Now, that the people that are at the top of that funnel are not necessarily going to be your ideal client. They may not necessarily be the perfect client for you. They may not need what you have. They may not like you. You may not like them. The whole point of being entrepreneurs is to be able to like the people we work with, for them to like us, for us to learn from each other, and for this to be a good experience, right? I mean, that's why we do our own businesses. We want to love what we do. So, whenever you're trying to capture people in your funnel, a lot of people are going to come in the top, but not as many are going to come out the bottom. The bottom of the funnel is the money. That's where you actually get the money to exchange for what you're selling. Okay, so there's a long way between the top of that funnel all the way down to the bottom. And when you think about it, what you're trying to do is measure who has come in here and made it to this point in the funnel. And if they made it to this point in the funnel, why did they make it here? How do I know they made it here? And how do I lead them to the next position within my funnel? And then ultimately out the bottom it for the sale. Okay? All right, let's take a very simple email funnel first, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. An email funnel, the very first one that you would ever be introduced to would be a welcome funnel, one that includes a freebie, a download, even just a blog post, anything like that that has a call to action on it. So you've got something you've put out there for someone to consume. It may be to read your post. It may be to sign up for a download. Just to provide information. And then the call to action is where they actually click on something, or they sign up on your list to receive something from you, or they go and visit your website because you've asked them to, or they pick up the phone and call you because you're a local business and you might be a plumber and they need the plumber to come over. Okay, so think about that. You've always got why they're there, why they're coming in, and then the action that they need to take to move forward into your funnel, if you will. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs get started with email funneling, and then they don't finish up the job. They don't get the return message automated. They have way too many steps for people to take, and it takes too long, or it's just not convenient, or it doesn't look great. And what happens is they fall out of your funnel. So they ooze out the sides. They get lost along the way. You give them way too many things to click on, way too many things to do, and you lose them. And they fall out of that container that you have put them in. When you capture them in that container, your job is to keep them there as long as possible until they finally become your customer, or they just exit, and that's okay, because maybe they just didn't need to be there. Okay? So what I do is help teach people how to measure each level of your funnel so that you make sure you're capturing people in the right, with the right benchmarks and statistics that that are typical for your type of business. Okay, all right. So that's your typical email funnel, and then. And of course, it gets more complicated in that you direct people from one place to another. If they take this action, then send them to do this action. Think about a web page funnel, and you've seen this. If you have clicked on something to download it, and then as soon as you click and sign up with your email address, it sends you to another page, and that page says, hey, thanks for coming. Would you like to buy this whatever, or sign up for my webinar, or join my group, or whatever? That's the next call to action. That is like web funneling. That's a click funnel, if you will. There is a company called ClickFunnels. But you can set that up in a multitude of ways. You can do it on your own website. You can do it with lead pages. You can do it with ClickFunnels. You can do it with all sorts of different programs called web funneling, where you are sending them from page to page to page. And if they take the action to move forward, the call to action that you've put forth for them, then they have moved to the next point in your funnel. And what's important is for you to be able to measure that activity and know if they made it through your funnel. Okay? All right, so now I want to talk about how this relates to Facebook ads. Now, this can get a lot more complicated because the technology, takes a little bit more. However, it is doable. It is absolutely doable. I do it. A lot of my colleagues do it, and some people do it in a much fancier fashion than others. But you can do this, even as a small business or entrepreneur, solopreneur who doesn't have a big budget or anything like that. This is something that you can absolutely do. Now, what I'm going to explain is what type of ad do you typically start out doing when you're trying to get people into, let's say, a webinar. I've got a master class on Wednesday. It's called Make Facebook Your ATM. I do have the link right there, makefbyyouratm.com. This masterclass on Wednesday evening is live only. It does cost a little bit of money, and I used this to actually create an ads budget for myself to be able to get this out to a lot more people. So far, we've gotten it to about 500 people, which is really great. But the whole point is not to teach all of this stuff, for $7. That's not the point. The point is to get people to click, to sign up, to join us, to come into the group, to get on the phone with us, whatever it is, so that we can talk to them about ads funneling and about where they are when it comes to doing their Facebook ads. All right, I'm going to show you something real quick so that you can get an idea of what I might be talking about. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how to get over to this screen. Is everything still going on here? I want to refresh the screen again and make sure that I'm still live and I'm still going. I've just got a few more minutes to talk to you. Oh, I see it's working. Okay, cool. All right. All right, so let me go navigate over to my Ads Manager. Now, whenever you go into your Facebook page, you may or may not have seen this area, but this is Ads Manager. Whenever you start on Facebook, and I'll just open up a different screen real quick. Hopefully this is going to work. I hope it looks right. Is it locked up? Just bear with me a second, because I'm still trying to watch myself. Okay, all right. Whenever you first go to Facebook and you're on your home page or wherever you are, on the left-hand side you're going to see this menu, and you'll see where it says Ads Manager. Whenever you click that, that is when you're going to end up at this page right here. And what I want you to do is to click on this 3-line box at the top. That's the menu for your Ads Manager. And underneath you'll see the frequently used area, but go down to all tools, because it will open up all of the tools that you have in front of you. Okay, you've got Audience Insights, that's where you go do target market research. You've got Ads Manager, Power Editor, Page Post, and App Ads Helper. Lots of cool things in there. Measurements and reporting, that's all here with custom conversions and ads reporting. And then you have audiences, images, pixels, offline events, and product catalogs, and even more over in your settings. Whenever you go to create ads, a lot of people think that all the ads are is just a boost from your Facebook business page. You know how when you're on your business page, I'm going to show you that too. And let's say, here's my personal business. It's my business page for my company. It's not the business page for my school. But people go in here and they will put something on a post like this, and then they will just click this little boost post button right here. And that's okay, except that boosting a post straight from your page is really going to give you very limited options in how you can optimize your ads. And so I encourage you to actually get some education on how to use Ads Manager so that you can learn how to do a lot more stuff that will really make your ads convert much better. Okay, and so go into here. I encourage you to get in here and to look around. It might be kind of confusing. There's the pixels that everybody talks about. Those are the types of things. We're going to explain this on our masterclass on Wednesday night. We've got a 90-minute course where you can come and actually ask questions and also see a presentation that's going to give you a lot of great information to really get you going with your ads. Okay, so when it comes to the funneling process, and let me come back to make my screen a little bigger. Let's see, how do I do this? Okay, I'll move me over a little bit. Okay, all right, so when it comes to ads funneling, the first thing that you're doing is you've got an ad going out there that's just introducing something. A few weeks ago, I started ads that said, hey, come look at this class I've got. It's called Make Facebook Your ATM. And the first thing that I did, though, was I actually emailed that out to everyone in my list, and I posted it in my groups, and I told some people about it, and they paid the $7 that we're charging for it, and I was able to build up an ads budget, okay? And that budget allowed me to then go and run bigger ads that cost more money out on Facebook to go capture the people who did not read my email, but they're on my email list already, to go capture people who are have already clicked on my website in the past, but they just didn't see that I had posted something about doing this class. That is a way for me to get in front of people again and to remind them and to be like, hey, I'm over here, can you see me? I'm in your sidebar, I'm in your news feed, I'm in that CNN article you just read. That's how I'm getting in front of those people, and I'm building that budget again. And those people that I sent my ads to are actually familiar to me. They're not strangers. It's not cold traffic. I created an audience of people who have signed up on my list. I've created an audience of people who've given me their phone numbers, and I have created an audience of people who've been to my webinars before and have clicked on my landing pages, website, etc. And now I can market straight to those people on Facebook to build up my ads budget, so then I can go look for cold traffic, brand new people who don't know who the heck I am. Okay? And so that is a system that's kind of like, it's called ads funneling. Basically, I'm starting with these people that I know, I'm building up my budget, then I'm going back and I'm creating another audience that has people in it that I would want to get to know and have them get to know me, who need what I'm doing. And I am going to be then sending ads out to those people. And then if those people click, but they don't sign up, guess what? They're going to get another ad from me that says, hey, I see you've been clicking. Maybe you haven't signed up yet. That's ads funneling. Okay? Then there's definitely a way to do that, and you can set it up so that you have enough people clicking and have a big enough audience to be able to run new ads to that speaks to the activity they just took. All right, now that's how I do it as a coach or a consultant, a Facebook ads consultant, as a strategist, whatever you want to call me. I do a little bit of everything when it comes to online social media marketing. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention was that not only am I doing this as a coach or consultant, and I'm kind of putting my own spin on how I follow people around on the internet, but think about the way that Amazon does it, the way that Hotels.com does it. Whenever you go and you pick out something on Amazon and then you stick it into your shopping cart, or maybe you just look at it and then you don't actually finish the purchase, guess what? Amazon has a custom conversion set up on their Facebook ads account that says this person clicked here but did not check out and end up on my thank you page, landing, or whatever the page is, thank you page for purchasing. They didn't land there, but they landed here. So that means that they got all the way to just about checkout and then they didn't. And then the next thing you know, you're looking at Facebook and you're reading something, and then you see the exact same thing that you just clicked on and it pops up in your sidebar, and you're like, they are following me around. They know everything I do. And then you go ahead and you finish the purchase, or you don't, because maybe you truly didn't want to get that thing, or maybe you just don't have the money right now, or maybe you just forgot and got distracted and Amazon came back and reminded you, and so you went back and actually finished the purchase. In fact, I'm not sure of the statistics on it, but I know that there's like a huge number of closure of sales that goes up because of that action that Amazon takes to send that extra ad out to you in their ad funnels. Now, I don't do that personally from the standpoint of sending the exact same thing you clicked on. I do in a way, but I try to be a little more creative with it, because I don't want people to look at me as some computer robot who follows them around like some creep. I want people to look at me as somebody who could be helpful to them in getting their ads going and working and converting and getting dollars in the bank. Okay? All right, so I don't know if anybody has any questions or if anybody's even here watching. That's fine if you are, and if you're not, maybe you'll watch it later. But we would love to have you on our class. A girl named Claudia Sheridan and I are teaching this class on Wednesday night, and it starts at 7 p.m. Central Time. That is 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And go to makefbyyouratm.com. It is live only. It is $7. I'm not going to try to trick you into anything. It is worth coming to the event just to even hear the first 30 minutes. But it is going to be a 90-minute class, okay? All right, and also if you click and you get on that list and everything, you can also see what we're going to be teaching next, because we are funneling our teaching, if you will. We're teaching this, and then we're teaching something else, and we're teaching something else, and we are, leading people into our programs. I mean, what am I supposed to say? I'm not going to tell you I'm not leading you somewhere. I am. I'm trying to make a living doing this, right? And it's working. All right. So anyway, I hope to hear from you. Please put any questions below that you want me to answer, and I'll try to answer them. And if it's something that's just too complicated, then I would definitely ask you to come to the class, or at least get on the list and stay informed. And that's all I know. Okay. Thank you, Tatiana, for letting me come here and teach you a little bit about ads funneling and what that means. And I hope to see you soon. Again, my name is Sally Hendrick. Thank you.